using the RealPage client portal for support cases. If you are an SHP senior manager or a property manager, you will notice that when you log into the RealPage Unified platform, one of the resources you have available to you is the client portal. One of the great ways to use the client portal is for the submission and follow-up of support cases that you may need. If you have an issue that is not an immediate issue that can be addressed by RealPage within a few business days, you can create a case online for them to review instead of calling and dealing with being on hold. So when you click on the client portal, you'll see this Create New Case button right here for you, as well as a listing of recent cases that you were submitted and their status. To create a new case, click that Create New Case button, and there are several options for the type of case you need, whether that is a billing inquiry. Payments IRD will be if you scanned or someone at the site scanned a money order and it was processed with the incorrect amount. You can then submit a service request to correct the amount that's being reflected on the resident ledger. Web service request will be for all other support requests. You'll see the definition down here. Select continue and complete the form here. The account number is going to be your OneSite properties property number, which you can access by going into OneSite. You'll see that I am currently in Finlay Senior Towers Apartments. To obtain the property number for this property, just click on the RealPage icon in the top left here and take note of this property number. What I like to do is use the Microsoft snipping tool, which allows me to take a little screenshot just of that little section. That way I don't have to write it down. And then enter in that property number. So what you're looking for on this screen is the property number right there. So I'm going to go back to here. You see the property number right there, 4326655. So enter that right in, 4326655. Click find. You'll see that it pulls up the account name for us here. So it recognizes that number, which is great. Priority, either medium, high, or critical. Generally, if you have a critical issue, you should be calling into RealPage support so that they can diagnose and send it to development more quickly than they would with a web case. Most items that are medium are going to be followed up on within a few business days, and that's where I would suggest you use the client portal for submission of cases. Preferred method of contact, you can select whether you'd prefer to be emailed or called. And what product are you using? So if you're having an issue with something other than OneSite leasing and rents, which you can see most of you are either affordable, tax credits, or a combo, HUD and tax credits. You could also be having an issue with any of the other RealPage products, such as payments. So you'll see there are some other options here for you to select. There's also leasing desk screening. So what this does is it sends the issue to the correct team for help. Generally, most items, I come in here, select leasing and rents affordable. You'll notice that the operating system and browser are not required fields. It's helpful if you're having an issue such as a database error or pop-ups that you don't understand for them to know where you're accessing from, as well as whether it's a mobile phone, tablet, desktop, laptop. Simply enter in the subject, such as Unit 43 duplicated on HAP request. Something very short, to the point, what is it? And then a full description of what the issue is. So we will say So July 2019 HAP Part 1 is showing Unit 43 twice. The HAP is currently in draft status. So that gives RealPage an idea of where is the issue, where does it lie, where can they replicate that issue. So they should be able to go to the HAP screen, look at the draft that is on the draft tab, and review Part 1 of the HAP and look for that unit being shown twice. The itemized steps to recreate the problem, you can enter that if needed. And if you want someone else copied on the support emails, you can enter in their email below. Otherwise, what the system will do once you submit is it will send you an automatic email saying that your ticket has been created and we are working on your case. If you need to attach a document such as a printout or a screenshot of the issue, you would use that submit and add attachment options here. Once you submit your case, the client portal is going to show you a list of suggested help articles that could help solve your case. If you do find that it solves your case, you can then go back to your case and close it. I'm going to cancel this out because I don't really want to create that case. I'll show you how to go back through and see the cases that you have submitted so that you can review them. So back on the home page for the client portal, under support, you'll see a link here for cases. So if you select that link, you'll see my organization's open cases, my open cases, and my closed cases. So if you have cases that you've submitted that are still open and you want to see the status of them, you can see them here. You can also see the list of previous cases that you've submitted. And if you click on the case, it's going to give you the resolution. So if there were resolution steps that needed to be followed, and if in the future you say, gee, I know I ran into this issue before, let me go find it, you go back into the history of your cases and you can see the steps that were completed. And in this case, they had to do a data fix to correct the issue. Let's see. Most of the issues that I submit end up going to development. You'll see if there are any relevant articles or other comments from RealPage regarding that case. That's how you can go back through your closed cases. If you are a senior manager, you'll have more permissions to access the organization's cases. So you'll be able to see what is currently being worked on by other people in the organization, issues that are happening, as well as other closed cases. So if you're wondering, has someone else run into this issue before, you should be able to search through the organization's closed cases and see some of the resolutions that they have experienced. So in this case, here are the full resolution steps that were followed. So you can always use that as a reference guide for how to correct an issue that you're experiencing.